welcome to the Gadgets and Gizmos Show on Headlines Today, a show where we get you the latest and the best from the world of technology. I'm Sahil Maniktala, and this week we have a power-packed episode lined up for all you guys and girls out there. But before we begin, let's take a quick look at the lineup.
On the show this week, brand new DSLR camera from the house of Nikon. The new Assassin's Creed game is finally here. And we review some Chinese phablets that are all set to take over the Indian market. All of that and much more on this episode.
Alright, that was the lineup, and up first what we have for you guys is the all-new Nikon D4s camera, which is of course the replacement to the Nikon D4, one of the most popular DSLR cameras of all time. So it does beg to ask the question if the new D4 is actually worth the upgrade for professional photographers. Well, that's exactly what we try to answer up next in this review. Take a look.
This is the all-new Nikon D4s, and it's both beauty and the beast. This camera is almost physically identical to its predecessor, the D4. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, as it's still deceptively light with the same solid weather and dust-sealed body that makes for easy shooting in almost any conditions. The D4s also offers comfortable handling despite being large and having a built-in vertical grip. Perhaps the biggest advantage the D4s has over the older model is more power, and loads of it. At the heart of the camera are an X-Speed 4 image processing engine and new FX format CMOS image sensor that enables shoot on continuous burst of up to 11 frames per second for almost 20 seconds, rattling off as many as 200 images before needing a breather. Even better is the fact that every frame has full autofocus and metering. The D4s resolution, however, is only 16.2 megapixels, and while that may seem small by today's standards, it does not in any way affect the overall performance of the camera. Images shot on the D4s can only be described as epic. Everything from skin tones, colors and exposures are almost spot on, requiring little to no compensation even when shooting on the automatic modes. Quite simply, there's nothing better than this in terms of quality. The sensor and X-Speed 4 processor combine to allow the camera to shoot with a native ISO range of 100 to 25,600. With the maximum expansion setting being pushed to a whopping ISO 409,600, making the Nikon D4s perfect for low-light photography. The camera also features standard, neutral, vivid, monochrome, portrait, landscape scene modes and comes with a 3.2-inch LCD screen which has a 170-degree viewing angle. In terms of video capability, the new D4s is able to shoot at 50 and 60p on full HD resolution. Battery life is also pretty decent as it will provide enough power to click well over 3,000 photos. Other specifications include Wi-Fi and GPS capabilities and a range of connectivity ports including built-in USB and gigabit Ethernet. The D4s is the ideal camera for professional-grade photography. Its predecessor was already one of the world's best cameras for action and sports photography, and the D4s somehow manages to be even better. In fact, it blows almost everything else out of the water. But the catch is that it will set you back a whopping 4,19,950 rupees. So it's not likely amateur photographers will be buying the D4s anytime soon. But if you are really serious about photography, then you might want to start saving up for this one.
Now, if you're both a technology lover and a sports enthusiast, then you might find this next review quite interesting. Sports giant Adidas has come out with a brand new smartwatch that they hope will be worth your time. Check it out.
Adidas is the latest company to throw its hat into the ring of wearable devices. Meet the all-new My Coach Smart Run. And with this one, Adidas has packed in as much features as possible to set it apart from the competition. The watch is made up of a soft touch silicone strap material with stainless steel bezel, a magnesium backplate, and weighs approximately 80 grams, making it look rather large and bulky. But despite the size, it's comfortable to wear. The watch features a 1.45-inch full-color TFT LCD with a 184 by 184 pixel resolution capacitive touchscreen display. On board, there's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS and 4 GB of space for storing music. It also comes with a dual-core processor which makes navigating the interface really simple, while a physical button located on the strap delivers additional functionality. The most interesting part here is the real-time cardio coaching that comes with a workout review and customizable training data screens. However, when it comes to battery life, the Adidas Smart Run seriously disappoints. It houses a 410 mAh lithium-ion battery that will last you slightly over a day on a single charge, but if you're planning to use it while running, then don't expect it to last even for that long. The watch is charged through a micro USB-equipped dock that connects to the back of the device. A full charge takes under 4 hours, which makes the less than stellar battery life more bearable. Apart from the usual watch and timer function, there's also a heart rate monitor on the back of the device and is able to take your pulse from the back of your wrist and relay the information straight onto the watch, and that too quite accurately. Furthermore, thanks to GPS support, the My Coach watch can calculate the speed, distance and route for your runs. Overall, the Adidas Smart Run is a decent sports watch, crammed full of the latest sensors and features, but the weak battery life is a major problem. And at a price tag of 24,499 rupees, it's a bit too expensive. So maybe give this one a miss for now.
Now, when Chinese smartphone manufacturer Xiaomi isn't neck-deep in security controversies, they do tend to, from time to time, make some pretty cool smartphones. And recently, they've launched the all-new Redmi Note. And next up, assistant editor Sahil Gupta from India Today Digital gets you a review on that. Take a look.
Xiaomi, the Chinese upstart, has brought out the Redmi Note. It promises to offer a great experience for less than 10,000 rupees. Let's find out how good it is. The Redmi Note is a massive device, especially for a 5.5-inch device. It's also very heavy, and one-handed use with this device is absolutely impossible, but it's really well built. It's built out of plastic like a lot of Samsung phones out there, but it's really sturdy plastic and it feels really solid in the hand. The only downside out here is the bezels. The borders surrounding the screen are quite wide, which means the overall size of the phone is quite ungainly. On the front, the Redmi Note has a 5.5-inch 720p IPS screen. Now, this screen is not the sharpest screen out there, but it's a really nice screen. It's got lovely colors and it's really bright, and you can use it even outside under direct sunlight. The Redmi Note is powered by a MediaTek octa-core processor clocked at 1.7 GHz. This works in concert with 2 GB of RAM, 8 GB of internal memory, and obviously you can expand the memory using a microSD card slot. Overall, this converts to really good performance, especially a phone that costs around 9,000 rupees. Software-wise, the phone runs on Android 4.2 Jelly Bean, which is unfortunate because we have reached Android 5 Lollipop, and this phone is still stuck on Android 4.2 Jelly Bean. That said, it runs on MIUI 5, which means more or less the look remains similar to other Xiaomi phones, and you get most of the features that Xiaomi phones are known for. But still, it's unlikely that this phone is going to get an update to Lollipop anytime soon. On the back, the Redmi Note has a 13 megapixel camera, and this is a really nice camera. In daylight, the images are crisp, they have got a lot of detail and there's very little noise. On the front, the phone has a 5 megapixel camera, so you can get really nice selfies out here. Of course, if you want to compare the 5 megapixel camera on this phone with the 1.3 megapixel camera on an iPhone 6, then there's no comparison. But for a phone that costs around 9,000 rupees, the performance of this front camera is also very good. This phone has a 3200 mAh battery. This battery lasts around 25 to 26 hours on a single charge with moderate to heavy usage, which means you won't be needing to carry around a charger. The battery life overall on this phone is quite good. For Rs 9,000, this phone represents incredible value. If you don't mind using a 5.5-inch phone, which is admittedly large, this represents great value. Why? Because it's got a great screen, it's well built, it's got a decent camera and it's got great battery life. You really can't go wrong with this phone.
Now for all you guys looking for a phablet and that too in a budget, then look no further. The much hyped OnePlus One smartphone is finally here in India, and up next, TV Today's Nishant Nair gets you the entire lowdown on that.
How does one select a phablet in a world overruled by plastic cheap phablets? You look for a great design, you look for a great performer and a great price. Well, that is what OnePlus One is all about. So let's talk about the design. The OnePlus One is a 5.5-inch phablet that weighs just a bit above 160 grams. It's a very sleek phone, it's got minimalistic design features, it's got a chrome bezel on the top which gives it a very nice feel. The sandstone back cover gives it a very good grip and it makes a very good phone to hold in the hand. Moving on to the display, the OnePlus One is a 5.5-inch Full HD display that packs in 401 ppi density. That means the color reproductions are really good, the images are very sharp, you can read the text really well on the emails, you can write your documents really well, be it under the sunlight or in the low lights. Be rest assured that this is a very good screen. Under the hood, the OnePlus One is powered by quad-core 801 Snapdragon processor coupled with 3 GB of RAM. It has a 64 GB internal memory, and this makes sure that the phone is a great performer. You can multitask with ease, you can sift through apps with your leisure, and all this is at a lag-free experience. The phone runs on Android KitKat operating system coupled with CyanogenMod 11s skin. This lets you streamline your phone very close to stock Android experience. The working on the phone is very good. You can customize the phone as per your requirements, and it's a very, very good phone for all the geeks out there. The OnePlus One has a 13 megapixel primary camera. It ensures that you can click great pictures under the sun or in low exposure lights. The picture quality is very great. The pictures are crisp. The color reproduction is very sharp. The phone is a delight for selfie lovers. This phone has a 5 megapixel front camera which has a selfie enhancing mode called the beauty mode. So all the selfie lovers will really enjoy clicking their selfies with this phone. For the price tag of Rs 21,999, the phone offers great minimalistic design, a very sturdy body, ample amount of internal storage, a great camera and a great operating system. I think for the people who really want to try a true phablet experience, this is definitely worth a buy.
Okay, time now for some gaming action on the show, and up next we're going to tell you all about the new Assassin's Creed Unity, which is of course one of the biggest game launches of the year. So let's find out if it lives up to the people's expectations or not.
In this city, all men are not created equal. For centuries, my countrymen have suffered under the oppression of an ignorant and decadent aristocracy. The common people cry out for food, for liberty, for justice. But they shall have no justice without someone to fight in their name.
Assassin's Creed Unity is the 7th installment in the mainline Assassin's Creed series, and now it's finally here in India on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC. Set in Paris in the year 1789, during the French Revolution, players will play as brand new protagonist assassin Arnaud de Rain, as he embarks on an epic journey to fight against corruption during the revolution.
I have to do this myself.
New to the game this year are a collection of free-running animations and the ability to descend through parkour, which seems to be a lot of fun. But perhaps the biggest addition to Unity is co-op multiplayer. For the first time ever, your character can seamlessly enter a mission with other players. Competing in these will reward you with money and upgrade points that your player can cash in to unlock new abilities. So far, you would think Unity has the making of a great Assassin's Creed game, but sadly this is not the case. The storyline is overcomplicated and at times doesn't make any sense at all. There are of course moments of great action to experience in Assassin's Creed Unity, but the game never really finds its footing.
From this hope rose a raging flood.
Are you prepared to travel the Eagle's path?
Boys ready?
Rise, assassin.
There are of course great moments of action to experience in Assassin's Creed Unity, but the game never really finds its footing.
Amongst the chaos, honor your father's memory. I will find justice no matter the cost.
This is why
Some of the missions feel uninspired and the game's new randomized crowd events feel more like a distraction rather than a well-thought addition.
A single drop that soon became a river.
Strong graphics and amazing scenery has always been a major strength for the Assassin's Creed series, and Unity features some impressive visuals throughout.
Save the Brotherhood? We can, together.
French landmarks are recreated with a stunning attention to detail. At times, it can feel as if you're actually walking the streets of ancient Paris. However, a lot of what's beautiful in Unity is quickly ruined by performance hiccups. We did notice dropped frame rates on the PS4 version, and it really did ruin the experience for us. Overall, Unity fails to impress, and that is a real shame given the last year's critically successfully Black Flag seemed to indicate that the future of Assassin's Creed series was destined for great things. But unfortunately, Unity quickly snatches those high hopes and smashes them down to reality. If you have ever felt burnt out on this franchise, then Unity won't be the one to bring you back.
Well, that's all the time we have on this episode of Gadgets and Gizmos. Hope you enjoyed the show, and if you have any questions or comments, you can tweet us at HLTGizmos. You can also email us on htwg@archcirc.com. We'll see you same time, same place next week, but for all the news and updates, keep watching Headlines Today.